Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, welcome to the midweek video. This time I have a two-piece, which is a floral themed dress. So lots of flowers or plant stuff that I have put in it. I'm very happy with how the whole thing turned out, though there are a few things again that I would probably alter or would probably do differently. As you can see, I started with the full bodysuit for the bodysuit that I made. It is very loosely cut because from the beginning I knew that I wanted to do a two-piece, and I tried to keep it more moderate than my usual content this time. Yeah, the theme is floral designs basically, and I had a few more ideas that I sadly couldn't fit in because it would have overloaded the whole thing. One of the alterations that I was talking about earlier is, for example, the edges for the bodysuit that I will do in a few seconds are relatively thin. I wanted to make the impression of very thin cloth, very thin fabric, but redoing this I would probably try to make them thicker to see how this turns out, if the cloth works more or if the fabric works more substantial, at least for the bodysuit. I jumped back and forth, or I jumped back from the smoothing because I wanted to get the line work done correctly, and I think I should actually redo or rework part of the line work of the bodysuit in general. But reworking this is probably a thing for another time. Yeah, after adding the edges, I basically made the first two UV maps, and then I went on to make the second piece, the skirt. The shape that I wanted to do was very clear from the beginning. I wanted to have this V shape that I made earlier. But the first draft of this, as you can see, was way too thin, way too flimsy. So I started again, set this up better, and yeah, I think this works way better. It is less showing, and after I added the whole, or after I fixed the whole thing to the body, to the body shape, I shaped it towards the body. I added the pleats. You will see this in a few seconds. I'm actually jumping ahead of the video a bit. And after the pleats, I basically copy pasted the whole thing because I knew I wanted to do a layered skirt. This is basically the first, or the inner layer, and then I have the outer layer, which is a bit more, yeah, a bit wider, a bit shorter. You can see I'm extruding here and then welding the edges inwards, so I have this pleated style again that I try to emulate. And yeah, after the first thing, after finally editing the first thing, I then grabbed the outer skirt and did the same. Rest is relatively easy. I added the belt, made all the maps, and I will talk about the floral details when I come to it. First, a bit what I will do in the future, or both the weekend and next week most likely. I got a request from someone, friend of mine, who wanted who saw me print, or saw the prints of one of my recent characters or figures, and they basically asked me for a specific character. So I will do this character over the weekend and the next week. This will be what I'm doing in the next few videos. I think it will take more than one video to finish that project. But more about the character and the model when I'm actually working on those. Which means more magic rent videos because it is a magic character. Yeah, for the floral design that I'm currently working on, I had different visions. First, I was like, I had the idea that the whole skirt is actually made up of the upper one of leaves and the lower one of blossoms or petals. And I decided this is probably a lot of work, or it would have been a lot of work, obviously. I also wanted to encompass some kind of symmetry into the whole thing, so and I had designed other parts of the whole thing, so I decided I'm going to stick them to the legs. Basically have them like make the skirt look a bit longer, or make the skirt a bit longer with these. And I used these to enhance the skirt a bit, and later on they will also go onto the shoulders. One thing that I forgot to do here is I made a UV map for the leaves, but I forgot to make the UV map for the petals. So I had to do this manually later. And yeah, this is basically just before I copy paste them onto the shoulders. There was a few minor errors that I had to do later. I think there's actually, you can see that there's clipping in the front. If I'm holding the camera still for long enough. But yeah, there is some clipping that I luckily found before I finished the whole thing. Otherwise I would have gone back and forth between this and this. But yeah, overall this looks, I'm really happy with how this looks. Yeah, I made sure that the whole thing isn't too long. I didn't want it to stick out over the shoulder, so it wouldn't bend with the arms. I basically didn't want to have to rig this, which is also why I left out a part on the shoulders. I wanted to do like a collar that is also blossoms, but I knew this, I would have to rig this, and this would have cost me too much time. So I didn't do it for now. Maybe I'll add this, maybe I don't know. Last thing I did, I made these kind of flowers. Which are, yeah, relatively small gem-like pieces. And yeah, the whole idea is just to have like something on the body that gives it a few nuances that doesn't let it look so plain. Originally, I had the idea to make this make this go over the whole body, like from the shoulders over the chest downwards. But since the cut in the crotch area is relatively small and relatively slim, I decided I'm just going to have this asymmetrical and have a single, yeah, vine, if you want to say it like this, go up the body and connect to all the parts, all the flowers. And that is basically the whole thing that I did. Now you can see I'm fixing the whole thing. I noticed that if I use a line and then I thicken the line before I add it to the body, it makes it easier to to look for the clipping and the right depth into the body so that it looks better. And yeah, that is basically the whole thing. You will see the render in a few seconds. Yeah, as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I had fun making this. And that's it for today. I hope I see you on the weekend. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, enjoy the render, and I'll see you guys around.